welcome to another edition of Spotlight. My name is Maxwell and today we are taking a look at a brand new game called Star Conflict. Now at a glance, what is Star Conflict? Star Conflict is a new free-to-play space sim shooter that is on Steam at the moment. You can pick that game up totally free on Steam. It's calling itself an MMO, but it is not an MMO really. There are no open areas and no sort of congregation towns. It's all lobby based, exactly like World of Tanks and War Thunder. So this game is published by Gaijin Entertainment, which are the same people who publish and develop War Thunder, but it was actually developed by a company called Star Gem Inc. So not necessarily developed by exactly the same studio that made War Thunder, but published by that same studio. So there are very close similarities between War Thunder and this game, and you will see them more when we actually get into the gameplay itself. So, right off the bat, how does the game look? Well, it looks fantastic. You can see there the graphics of this game are pretty spectacular. They look really, really nice in the background. That's just one of the other ships. I'm not going to spend too long in the hangar and the overview of the game. I just mainly want to show you some gameplay today and give you a look at what how the actual game itself plays. But just a quick overview. This is your ship. If you click on it again on that left hand side, it lets you outfit it. So you can choose your primary weapon, your special abilities unchangeable, and then you can select different rockets. And then you can have different subsystems. So at the moment I have a shield booster and a hull repair. If we just go ahead over to here, if we click on that hull repair, we can see there are different ones we're able to fit, like adaptive armor, and we get 3 different tiers. So we get Mark 1, Mark 2 and Mark 3 that we're allowed to fit. There's also, obviously because it's a free to play game, premium things that we can use. No, I don't want to buy that. So the premium ones are available and they are only equivalent to the tier 3. So there's nothing overpowered that you're going to be able to get for real money. All that allows you to do is bypass the grinding of either the cash or the reputation required to get them. Guns, again, you get 3 different types of guns: lasers, rail guns and plasma cannons, all different. All good in different situations, obviously. Some of them fire faster but do less damage, some of them fire slow but do more damage, some of them have better range, some of them are less easy to resist, as your ship does get resistances. Now, you gain reputation by doing well in battles and by completing contracts, which I'll touch on in a moment, and the reputation you use to unlock new ships. So if we go to the ships here, I'm mainly focusing on the Empire. As you see at the moment I am rank 2, almost rank 3, and the rank there directly determines which ships you are able to buy, all the way up to rank 15 reputation, but obviously those ships are top secret at the moment. Don't know if that just means I won't be able to see them until I get there, or it just means that they haven't been implemented into the game yet. Not 100% sure about that. Now, I did mention contracts. Every empire, and there are 3 of them, just quickly though, it doesn't really matter which empire you play. There isn't sort of faction loyalties. You will be fighting against other people in the empire, or the Federation, or the Jericho, no matter which faction or sub-faction you are in. Now, these sub-factions here allow you to sign up with them, and then you can complete contracts. As you see, this one here, destroy 20 ships not belonging to the Empire, and that's just, you do it over time, and then when you have completed it, then you get the credits and the reputation towards this sub-faction. I think it goes towards your main faction as well, but what we'll do is, what we can do is just double click and then sign that contract, and it just means that to win a battle controlling one of the ships of the Invincible Legion, and that counts as this ship here. So that is how you gain reputation a lot faster. You also get passive skills in this game, which you can choose. We don't want to do that because that costs money, but what you can do is you choose 1 tier 1 skill, 1 tier 2 skill, and these are locked based on reputation with a certain faction. As you can see, I only have reputation 1 with the Federation and the Jericho, reputation 2 with the Empire, so I'm allowed to select up to skill number 2. You don't get 100% mix and match, so I couldn't take a tier 1 skill here and a tier 1 skill there. You're allowed 1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, and so on down the line. And that pretty much covers the basics of the game. So let's go ahead and jump into a match, and I can show you exactly what this game looks like. Well, actually, we'll go over the game modes. Obviously, you get Fight Arcade mode. If you've played War Thunder, then you know exactly what this is. You get the arcade mode, you get the regular mode. So the arcade mode's a bit more forgiving, a bit simpler to control. Then you've got the regular mode, which is a bit more like the historical battle. Well, not the historical battles, but basically the realistic. It's a lot more realistic. Then you get scenarios, which are actually PvE, so it's you and 3 other people versus the computer on a set mission. At the moment, I've only seen one set mission, and that is to capture some beacons, then destroy some gun emplacements, and then destroy some missile turrets on a dreadnought. And believe me, if you are not coordinating properly, it is a nightmare to do that. Then you can practice with players and practice solo. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go into an arcade fight, click battle, and then we'll see how this goes. Doesn't take very long to find a battle at the moment, and that's because there are quite a few people online. So we're going to go straight in. It's not going to take long at all, and we are in the loading screen. So as you can see, while it's loading up, it tells us what kind of battle we're in. We're in domination, collect enough sector control points or destroy all enemy ships. So basically this is just a, well, it's not really capture the flag, it's just take and hold. And what you do here, as you can see on the left hand side, you can select between any ships that you have, and on the left hand side here it tells you what your allies are selecting. So at the bottom I have a frigate and I have a fighter, and I can switch between them at will before the battle starts. So I'm going to select my fighter and we'll go into battle. Quick word on the frigate. The frigates are more like artillery in World of Tanks. So they sit at the back, they have long-ranged weapons, and they try and pick people off, whereas the fighters are more of the speedy zip in between people, and that is what they do. And then you get interceptors, the third class, which are basically, as it says, interceptors. They're very quick, very agile, and they are designed to get into the enemy's frigates and do some damage on them as quickly as possible. So the controls, again, very familiar if you play War Thunder, except you use WASD to move. WASD to move, but again, that's just to control your acceleration. This bar on the left-hand side here shows your speed. You just want to keep holding forward to get it up, but you can side strafe in this game, and if you hold shift, that boosts you forward. Of course, though, doing that also wastes your energy, which you use to use your special abilities. So we're going to get in on, try and get in on this guy, except he is behind an asteroid, and I'm using far too much power. He's dodging far too much. There's no way I'm going to be able to get a clear shot on this guy, really. As you see, the reticule turns a lighter red when you are in range to actually hit him. He's using a special ability there, which is hyperspeed, and he's just getting the hell out of dodge. So this guy here is just sat trying to cap, so we're going to fire a rocket at him and just try and get some damage on his face while he's trying to cap. The other good thing you can do is you can obviously side strafe in this game, so if you just circle strafe around someone like that, it makes it very difficult for them to be able to catch you. As you can see here, I'm just side strafing and picking off this guy. We're going to use our special ability, which is rapid fire, and just try and get as much damage on this guy as we can. Oh, I'm getting picked off here, so I'm going to have to get the hell out of dodge. Oh, I've had a missile launched at me. There's nothing really I can do against missiles apart from just try and change speed and direction because I don't have flares. You can equip flares in this game, so just be aware of that. But obviously I prefer to have the... Oh, he's used a cloaking device. I prefer to have the hull and shield repair systems. I find them a lot more useful, so I'm trying to find that guy but can't. So we're going to come over here and try and help out these guys who are getting damaged on this side. The thing about this game, it's a lot more forgiving than War Thunder is. It's a lot more arcadey, as you can see. I can side strafe, I can change speed very easily, and yes, it's a lot more forgiving. I've used up all my missiles apparently. Guns do overheat, but you don't ever run out of ammunition, so you don't need to worry about that. Managed to get that guy. And that is it. We are holding 2 beacons at the moment. One thing I have found about this game is the battles are very hit and miss. What I've found so far is 80 to 90% of the time the game is an absolute stomp. Either you absolutely annihilate the enemy or the enemy absolutely annihilates you. There is no real middle ground, unfortunately. That looks like somebody may be trying to capture this beacon. It's flashing. We're going to try and get in there, but we've run out of boost, unfortunately. The little symbols on the bottom right-hand side of the squares that you can see, they refer to what class of ship they are. So the squares are frigates, the triangles are interceptors, and the little diamonds are fighters. We're going to try and get in on this What is this guy? He is a fighter. Now, I've come far too far into enemy territory here, so I'm going to have to try and get the hell out of here. Although I have managed to draw them off the beacon, which is always good. Then we'll use this asteroid as cover. And then hope that my frigates can take these guys out. Obviously, the other good thing is your weapons are mounted on turrets, so you don't necessarily need to be facing your enemy to be able to do damage to them. So what you can do is you can just strafe around them, and as long as you can keep your reticule on them, then you can do damage. Use our special ability there to get some rapid fire. And there we go. I think I got the kill for that. Try and get this guy. I think somebody else got him. I got some damage on him though, so probably get an assist for that one. Apparently our B's being stolen. Indeed it has. I'm going to try and get some damage on this interceptor. No, except I'm getting a missile on me. So the way to dodge in this game is you've got to continually change speeds. That's the only really way you can do it. Just going to take another missile shot there, so I think I'm probably getting hit by a frigate here. So I've taken some hull damage, so I'm just going to try and fly back and see if my allies can help me out. Use my hull repair system. And then try and get back in on this guy. And obviously, frigates, because they're like artillery, they have a dead zone that you can just effectively stay in their dead zone, and there's nothing they can do about it. And you can circle around them, and basically you're just punishing them for using their ship wrong, basically. You don't want to get in close to the enemy in a frigate, as you will just get destroyed. So like I said, this game very much like War Thunder, but it plays a lot more arcadey. It's a lot more forgiving and a lot easier, basically. A lot easier, I found, to pick up and play. I'm over halfway towards the enemy, so probably just going to want to hang around a little bit. You can also hit spacebar just to go directly up, which is always nice. Right, so we're going to try and get in on this frigate, as he doesn't have a fighter escort, although a fighter escort has just spawned. So I'm probably going to get myself destroyed doing this, but just use some rapid fire and try and get in on this guy before he knows what's hit him. And there we go. And then we just zip out as fast as we can. But that's what interceptors are basically designed to do. They have a special skill called hyperspeed, where they can warp really, really quickly towards the enemy. So their idea is to warp in, get into that, well, as you can see, that guy there using it. They warp in, use their hyperspeed ability. Oh, and he's cloaked. Oh, well, that's nice. But yeah, they use the hyperspeed ability to warp into the frigate, get into their dead zone, destroy them, and then warp back out again. So I'm going to drop back towards B, as they seem to be capturing. Actually, we've got somebody else coming in, so I'm going to head back towards where the enemy is. We've got a frigate over there, so I'm going to try and drop in there and offer him some support, as he's gone way too far in on the enemy. The thing about the frigates is they've got a ridiculously long range, so they are able to sit at the back and just pick people off with a sniper mode, really like artillery in World of Tanks. Not the same, they don't get the same top-down kind of view, but they do get the same kind of snipe. Oh, and there we go, that is a victory. Pretty much a stomp, but as I said, the game is normally either a stomp or it's stomp one way or the other. Now, if you win a battle, then you get to search for some loot, so you just click and hold on a button. And object detected, engine parts. Now, because that's grey, it just basically means that it is trash, and you will get the value of it there. So that one's 3,660, so that basically just adds cash to the amount of cash that you've got. And you get a few attempts, no loot there, one more, and there we go, just some more. Now, it is possible to get some rare loot there, and scenarios are more likely to give you rare loot. Oh, wow, came top of the board. 6 kills and 4 assists and 1 capture. So, done pretty well there. And a bunch of medals. It has begun. Destroy 2 ships with an interval of 15 seconds. Don't remember doing that. Destroy 3 ships while piloting the same ship. Destroy 5 ships. Assist in the destruction of 4 ships. Destroy 4 enemy ships while piloting a fighter. Destroy 6. Wow. Destroy or assist in killing 2 enemy ships. Yeah. Wow, that is a bunch of medals. So we'll head back to our hangar now. And there we go. It gives you an after battle report, just like that. Tells you that I've completed some contracts there. So I completed 3 contracts, which was very nice. And then it gives you the breakdown of what you got, how much credits, experience, and your faction reputation. So yes, it seems that your sub-faction you get reputation with. You also get reputation with your main faction at the same time. So that looks pretty good. So as you can see, I completed all 3 of my contracts, which is nice. So that was a ton of reputation, almost reputation 3 with those guys. Now over reputation 3, so I can move on to the top tier 1 ships before I move on to the tier 2 ships. So that is pretty much it for this game, for the basic overlook. If it looks like something you'd enjoy, then definitely go ahead and check it out. It's free, you've got nothing to lose, and when you pick it up you get a 7-day premium boost just for the hell of getting the game, because it is still technically in beta. The only complaints I would have with this game is the login servers can sometimes be very glitchy, making you wait sort of 10 minutes to log in and then saying connection timed out, but apparently they are all fixed now, so time will tell when it gets a little bit more popular. The other thing is content. The content's a little thin on the ground at the moment. I've only seen the one scenario, which I mentioned earlier, and the missions against an arcade, I've only seen 3 different types, which were that one we saw there. There's one where your ships have to plant EMP bombs on different enemy beacons, and the one where you get one random person on your side nominated as a commander. And while that commander is still alive, then you can respawn indefinitely, but as soon as that commander is killed, you are no longer allowed to respawn. And that normally goes one of 2 ways. Either your commander sits at the back and is really smart and picks a large frigate, or your commander charges directly in, and the fighter gets blown up in the first few seconds, and it's pretty much game over within 3 minutes. But yes, they do need to expand the content a little bit, but like I said, this is still technically in beta, although it is pretty much released now that it's on Steam, so the content should be coming thick and fast. So if you've enjoyed the look of this game and you think it should be something that you would enjoy, then go ahead and pick it up. Like I said, it is free. It plays a lot like World of Warplanes isn't out yet, but it plays a lot like War Thunder, but it is a lot more forgiving and it's a lot more arcadey, and it's in space. So if you're one of those sci-fi geek type people who enjoy space sims and space combat games, then this is probably going to be one for you. The one game that I'll probably liken it to is Freelancer, the very old Microsoft game studio game, Freelancer. If anybody knows that one, then and you were a fan of that one, then you're probably going to really enjoy this game. So I have been Maxwell, this has been Star Conflict. Thank you very much for watching. Leave me a like or favourite if you enjoyed this video, and stick a comment in the comment section below letting me know exactly what you think. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will catch you next time.